The entrance to the forest garden. These were raspberries, but I made a sunflower patch out of it because the raspberries are dying. And this bed is also starting to be overtaken by grass. This is an alder, but a pink one. It's very pretty. Beautiful color. And then on this side we made a rhubarb patch this year. It's really nice. A nice rose bush and raspberries and longboard. And this smells really sweet in autumn. Tiny little white flowers. Nitrogen fixer, I think. Here we have plantain patch. These are spontaneous evening primroses. You can eat the flowers. There's some giant mallow, which were really tall last year, and this is what survived from last year. There's mint in between, elecampane. Here we have an echinacea patch. Here we're starting a white sage patch, white sage. There I've started ground cover wild strawberries. This is more elecampane. This is a little patch where there's nothing. You can put stuff in. This is our artichoke patch, where one is growing, coming to life. And here a little herb patch. This gives little dark blue berries, which, oh, look at that. It's one of the first berries of the year. And they're very nice. A little bit sour, but definitely super nice. Yeah, in your porridge. I'll pick some. There are not many. Those have just passed. Some lemon balm in here and mint, apple mint. Cosmos flowers. More lemon balm. Another bush with those berries. These are some onions that we're saving for seed. More clover flowers. And then on this side we have a rose and a currant, and this is all mugwort. And this is comfrey. And in here I put a flower that I've collected from a garden. I called it red lip flower, but I don't know what the real name is. And this is lady's mantle, if I'm correct. And sorrel behind it spontaneously, and that's a very common plant around here, but it's just ornamental. It's from the Alps. It's nice. This is yarrow, yellow flag irises, very big. With in the middle, I'm gonna replant it because it's not a good spot. But there's a curry plant. It's not to make curry, but it smells like curry. Very strange. Ground covers. This is raspberry bushes. Currant bushes that we netted for the birds, and in here it's mostly flowers. This is poke root and the round cosmos and all sorts of different flowers I planted. There's some poppies coming up and some amaranth from last year and some honesty I put in, and toad flax and sorts. Then here we have our massive broad bean patch. It's really big. We're gonna have so many broad beans. Fodder or something. And in front there's some potatoes. Looks pretty nice, I think. On this side there's Sarah's garden. Very pretty. She's having her own little veg garden. Looks really good. And here this is Rose Alley. So that's where we pick our rose petals. And yeah, in front of here is potatoes as well. Let's see. And then this is another tiny little patch that we can weed and we can put something in. But we bought new interesting plants like I can show you this one. This is, if I'm correct, mullein. You can use the leaves as a tobacco alternative. This is just ornamental. Here we have a patch with dandelions, really big ones. And this is wild leek, yeah, so they come up and they flower very pretty. This is another mint patch with some spontaneous potatoes. And this is horehound, is also a tobacco substitute. And then on the other side we have a cardoon, and we planted some squash here yesterday. We did the no-dig method, so just cardboard and our own compost. and the patch was already blacked out with plastic for a few months. These are very good potatoes, very big. This is our corn patch this year. These are the strawberries this year. The black plastic is also staying down to get the weeds down. I will weed that next year, I think. And this is our little flower patch I always make. Also so different flowers. Cosmos, honesty again, calendula, chamomile, can't remember what I'll put in, loads of stuff. And then here we have a little pond in the forest garden. This is a ginkgo tree, by the way. It's scoured by the wind, looks like. Here we have a lot of, it's not in bloom yet, meadowsweet. And we have a lot of toads in this pond. I see that Stephen is filling up the pond because it must have been empty. This is lupine. A lot of mugwort. The bees are zooming. I don't know if you can hear them. They're totally out. So this is a very pretty apple tree. And then you look back on the forest garden. This was an apple mint patch, but Nettle is taking over. So maybe next year we're gonna take care of that by cutting it back and then also covering it with plastic and then digging it over and getting the nettle out that way, because otherwise it's not doable. And then here in the back we have a beautiful hazel elk grove. Jose has been keeping the grass down really nicely, and he cut back a whole patch back here that was all brambles, and he put gooseberry bushes in it, and they seem to be doing really good. So that's really awesome. Yeah, he's making it look very nice and pretty. Now you can sit there, and it's more light for his wagon as well. And they've been putting some stuff in for eating, perennial kills. These are all little trees from Stephen, 2-year-old ones. More potatoes, a little bit of rye that we're saving for seed, more potatoes, more Stephen trees. This is the top of the forest garden. These are the first year ones, his grafts, more first year ones. And then here we have our new fruit cage. Woo! It's really nice and big. Wowdy wow. Fruit looks amazing inside. A lot of the bushes we've planted this year, so they won't fruit that much, but then hopefully more and more. And we made a new entrance here. This is going to the 10-acre field, which has been plowed, because we're going to extend into here. So half of it is plowed, and then the top half of it will be Scotties from that little elbow, and this lower part is going to be, we don't know exactly, croplaning or forest garden more. The hedge, the last part of the hedge will come out, so it's not so much a funnel at the end of the forest garden, but it becomes more open. So that last part of the hedge will come out. Yes! And that's then the main entrance to Coit. Into Coit is a parking lot. I have to go back in here. Let's see. This is a little back alleyway. Very cute. To keep that like a little hobbit hole walkway, I like it. The apples are growing. Yes, yes, yes. And then over here we have a little zitkuil, but I think I need to, oh yeah, I have to mow the grass. You can't see the shape of it anymore, but there's like a sitting curl here. And I see that Stephen has blacked out this area. Maybe he's gonna grow something here. I wonder what, because it's pretty shady. That's about it. There's a little area still in the back, which is like where we keep our manure, which is behind this bush. You go through Rose Lane and then in there, and then there's where we keep the manure. And that's the forest garden. That's the top of our gardens.